I've had some questions about my electrical system again, and I'd like to just take a minute to review it with you. I've got everything that comes into this corner over here, and we're going to open up the cabinet and we're going to take a look here. All right, so this is a WeeRoll camper that were made out of Ocala, and you basically finish them up yourself unless you bought one used and someone else has built them out. They can come with electrical basically in them, but I've wired my own. This electrical box that I used for 110 is basically what they were using during that time. Got mine in 2022. I don't think they're currently making any units. But the place that you can get that is you can buy that on Amazon. You can also order it through Home Depot. I've got a link to it down below. I use that 30 amp breaker there as my main shutoff. So if I want to shut off all my electricity, it's there. I won't go through the details of how I wired this because you could probably figure it out if you're electrically inclined. But I will tell you that that is the cutoff, and then everything else is supplied from that. So it's the same as a cutoff in your house. And then my air conditioner is on one of these, and then my outlets are on the other two. That's the 110 system. It's a 30 amp system. On the other side of that wall, it is a 30 amp RV plug that you attach the cord to it, and you run it over to the pole power of an RV lot or a campground if it's got power. So matching right on up with the 30 amp system. That's why there's a 30 amp breaker in there. Got the main ground tied back to the frame in there for that. Now let's talk about the 12 volt system, and we'll give some examples on some of these things under here, how they're wired. But that 12 volt fuse block's up there, the 12 volt fuse block that you see me taking the cover off is something you can buy on Amazon. And this has got a place for 6 items in it. You can get ones that have more than that. Everything you see at the top, those terminals right there at the top, are the grounds on each side. You see my ground from the battery coming in at the top. You see my hot wire from the battery coming in at the bottom right there. So I don't have an inverter in this camper. I don't need one. I am considering getting an inverter to transfer power from this 12 volt lithium 100 amp hour battery to supply 110 when I don't have hookups, but that's a task for a later day. Currently the 12 volt is supplied off of that battery right there that I just mentioned, and it's topped off with this Victron charger. Bluetooth, you can see what's going on. This has been great. I've had it for a few years now. It supplies a 13 amp charging back to the battery and does a great job maintaining your lithium batteries. The fuse block up there at the top, let's give an example of how something is wired, and let's just look at my on-demand water pump that I have on here. So I can have water from the curb, but this is on demand. So if I have this turned on, it will automatically sense and pull from my tanks here, 6 gallon, another 6 gallon I have that sits right next to this if I want to. And I can change this hose. When this one's empty, I can put it in the other one. And it pulls from that. But it's wired 12 volt, and the black and the red, and I traced these. I used white wire because it had this handy inline switch I could always turn off. I could put a switch anywhere in here, but that's the way that I did it. It was just an easy way to do it. The white wires come over to here, but I did trace them. So this was the hot side of that, and it goes into the bottom. There's a 10 amp fuse for that, and then for the ground, it comes in up there at the top. Same thing for my potty over here, my cassette potty that has a little pump in it. It's the cassette potty that you can pull out and dump anywhere, but it does have a little water pump in it. The hot's here on the 5 volt, and then the ground is up at the top. My house lights are what you see there on the other side. So an added bonus while we're in here, you can see I added electrical so I could plug up my refrigerator, which is this. I don't have a 12 volt fridge. It's a dorm fridge that does an excellent job. And 12 volt, maybe in the plans years later if I do more dry camping. I'm also thinking of upgrading everything here soon to a 300 amp battery so I can go off grid a little more and have air conditioning at rest stops and so forth, and maybe put an inverter up top. This wiring board that I have, I can reconfigure it to accommodate a lot more items, as you can see. My hot water here is 110. I'll just talk about it while we're here in the cabinet. And I can use that anywhere I have the 110 hookups, or if I'm supplied with a 110, I could also use an inverter to heat the hot water, but it's probably not the most efficient use of that once I have an inverter. It's a great system. The only thing about these things, they're built for residential and for under sinks. It works great for this use case. It gives you tons of water because you remember, even though this is like 4 gallons or so, 4 or 5 gallons, it mixes with the cold. So once you mix it with the cold, you have a great supply of water for a single sink, or to even put an outdoor shower on the other side of this and be able to have an outdoor shower. That's the good overview of the 12 volt system, the charger, and the battery. And I'll put a link to some of these items down below so you can check those out. I'll go ahead and I'll show you a couple of my outlets because they're powered off of here. I've got outlets up here. Then I've got this divider so I can have more capacity. And so that comes straight out of that breaker box. I don't have an outlet up here, but I did a good job of hiding the wire, so I have my microwave up there. The lights that you're seeing in here are all 12 volt under cabinet lighting, and they come off that 12 volt system that I detailed earlier. The ceiling lights in here are 12 volt as well, so those come off of that, and then the exterior lights out there are 12 volt. Here's a little potty I was talking about earlier. It does include a 12 volt pump, so you can have a freshwater flush in there. It has its own freshwater tank in there. I want to take you outside the camper and show you a couple of things. This is my regular RV plug that I have in here. It's just a twist lock, and I've got it powered at home with just simple 110 because I don't have any load on it. But I do have a full-fledged 30 amp cable that I can hook up to the full 30 amp at an RV resort. And this is what this looks like. It's a twist lock. And it goes to the other side of that, straight into the breaker box, basically. Not straight, but there's some wires on the other side that power that 30 amp breaker. When this company built these campers, they dropped the 12 volt for your lights out front, and I just simply ran it back up in there and pulled it up into there and powered it from my 12 volt fuse block. The battery at first, and then when I got the fuse block, I powered it from that. All right, thanks for watching this overview of my electrical system. Like, share, and subscribe.